Alrighty guys, so I dug the lift frame out and I remembered there was something that needed welded on it, but I couldn't remember what it was off the top of my head. Basically it had a crack. Well, it wasn't really a crack, but it was pulled away here. And this is the bar that lifts the blower, and on a 44 there's a good bit of stress here. Because 44 is a fairly large blower, and what they do is there's only a little tack weld right here in the corner. And that was actually broken. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here and I'm going to weld it the whole way along. I may weld down here a little bit more. But it's a real common thing. Even on this one here, you can see it's been welded. So what the welds look like? Yeah, the factory welds are not that structural on there. So I'm gonna weld that up tomorrow. It's getting fairly late at night, and I don't want to weld and then let it sit out here and burn the place down every night. So I'll hit it tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning's Thanksgiving Day, and I'll come out, fire up the generator, and use my new Harbor Freight welder on this here, and see what kind of results I get. I've welded with a newer style Harbor Freight welder at work, so should be alright, and the generator should put out plenty of juice to melt her in good. So once I get that done, then I'll change out this blower frame. Like I said, there's a couple things with this, because I noticed this before, that the blower is not actually centered in this cradle. Well, now whether it's this frame is bent and racked over this way, or the blower itself is racked to the left. You know, I just don't know, because I don't know the full history on this blower. I bought it, and it obviously sat outside for a long time. And here's the main reason I wanted to change it. You see, it's just Swiss cheese over here in the corner. And again, like I said, this bar the whole way across is a pretty main structural area, and the only faces that are solid is the front, top, and bottom. The rest of it is not so solid, so I'm sure it doesn't help transfer the load to pick it up right. So, like I said, I'll catch you guys in the morning when I get something else done. Alrighty guys, so I gave the Harbor Freight welder its first workout around here, and I think it did pretty well. What do you guys think? It's not too bad for a Harbor Freight welder. So the next question is, will it hold? No, I don't know. Might. See, I actually welded the whole way over instead. I just had a tack, or a little short weld from here to here, and that way it has to, because this was bent out the whole way over to here. So I think that's better, and you can see it's what they did. They stitched weld this. Like right here is a weld, they welded the end. Right here where it goes together, there's a little tack right there. Weld there, and weld at the end. So I think that'll work. The only thing I want to do is I want to make sure that this snowblower frame is supposed to go on the inside here, and then I'm going to start taking that apart. So what I'm going to try and do, and keyword, I said try, is I'm going to take the bolts out here, and then I can pull everything off in one piece, and then I'll put this blower frame back on here, and then I'll bolt the turning mechanism back on. And that way I can put the frame on without having to deal with this. I think that's the way to go. I remember when I did it, it was a pain. The only thing I wish I would have had time, or I would have thought about it over the summer while it was warm, to paint this and make it match, but I digress. You can't remember everything. So alright guys, give me a while. I don't think I'll let you guys see this. I'll just do it off camera, and however it turns out, it turns out. Here we go. Did I mention it's like 15 degrees outside, by the way? It was like maybe 36, 38 when I come in here a little while ago, but this heater will go up and it'll kick off at about 60, which that's fairly comfortable to work. So, okay, back at it. Oh, way out of focus, way out of focus. Hey, back in focus. Alrighty, guys. So I got the snowblower frame. It's all bolted back on anyhow. I have to deal with some rusty bolts on the other frame in order to change the rotation part over, but I tell you what, this looks a whole lot better. This is lining up in the frame good now. So that's telling me the snowblower frame had one heck of a twist in it. Because I had trouble, I could get one side lined up. I had to take and put a punch down in the 3/4 hole and line them up and get 2 bolts started, and then everything seemed like it worked pretty good. So I am going to deal with these bolts. I got them out, so now I can heat them really easy. They would not come off of there. So I'm going to heat the nuts up, try to run them back and forth a little bit, see what happens. The one moved a little bit, the other one did not move at all. So now I can actually get a long wrench in there and jam it without having to hold it and turn it with something here. So anyhow, I get that switched over and we'll be golden. So here we go. So I got the frame all mounted up and everything. And now, even after a little bit of heat, I got this moving. So I'm going to keep working this back and forth until I get it the whole way out, and then we'll go from there. This was something that was broke on the old frame. So I keep working it. Oh, you guys weren't even in frame there, but it does move. So all you can do is keep applying the PB to it. Especially while it's still hot, it'll soak that blaster in. So. Alright, let me keep working this, and then at that point it'll probably be about time for Thanksgiving lunch. And I'll go in and look how to see to turn up the hydraulic pressure on the lift pumps again. There's a little screw somewhere, and you turn it like an 1/8 turn. You're supposed to have pressure gauges, but I don't. So I just have to turn it up just a hair. And what I'll probably do is just turn it up a little bit until it'll lift the blower in the setting I have it in. So, alright, back with you guys in a few. So after about 10 minutes worth of fidgeting, I got it, coach. It's a little hot, so. But should all be good. And what this is for is these have like a prop rod. When you take them off, they'll stand up. Now that's actually an L one there. I wonder if they're different size. Okay, they are bigger. Are they? Oh, they're about the same, I think. Oops. Sorry guys. That's what happens whenever you're... Yeah, they're about the same. Might as well keep the bent one in there, huh? It's hard to concentrate on what you're doing and what the camera is doing at the same time. So stick that down about like that and put it back on the 16G, which I'll probably do this afternoon at some point. But it now threads in there by hand. So there we go. I just got to pick up all my tools and stuff, and like I said, I think I'm gonna call it a wrap on this for right now, and come back to the 16G here in the afternoon. Later, guys. Alrighty, guys. So I literally just got the call. Lunch is ready. So snowblower is somewhat installed. The drive shaft is a heck of a lot straighter than it was before. It's still not lined up perfect. See, it's still over a little bit, but it's not bad. That's a whole lot better than what I had before. So that's going to wrap it up for right now, guys. I'm gonna go eat some Thanksgiving lunch, and I'll be back at you guys with the next one. So later. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Alrighty guys, so it's a little while later on Thanksgiving Day. I got the lift adjusted. Pretty much there is a acorn nut down there, which you guys won't be able to see unless I dig out my handy dandy flashlight here. The acorn nut down there, you can see there's a little bit of fluid around there where I took it off. And there's a flat-headed adjustment underneath there. And a 1/2 inch jam nut, and there's a little washer you take off. Basically you turn it clockwise to adjust the pressure. And you turn it counterclockwise to decrease the pressure. I'll say it again here, hopefully my glove wasn't blocking it, but you turn that adjustment clockwise to increase the pressure and counterclockwise to decrease it. And basically what I did here with the snowblower was I turned it probably about a 1/4 turn, and that went from where it would not pick it up at all to where it would pick it up at a fairly decent pace. Like I said, this lift was okay with a mower deck on it. With the snowplow, it was really slow, and with the snowblower here, I mean, it would just barely pick it up. And once I moved it into the correct spot for the snowblower lift arm, it would not pick this 44 up at all, which is 44 is the second heaviest snowblower Gravely made. I don't know if it's heavier than the Ariens style 48 or not. But what I did was basically with the tractor running, push back on the handle, then lift it, go just a little touch with the screw, push back on the handle, lifted it just a little bit, push back on the hand, or adjust it just a touch more. It went up and down pretty good. It still squeals a little bit, but I'm alright with that as long as it lifts the blower up and down. And I may try and put the old style lift assist springs on this yet. I obviously haven't done it, but it's possible. I might do it. All I got to do is put the nuts in up top, I believe, if I remember right, and the bolts. So I got to harvest that off another tractor and do that. And there's a set of springs up here off a mower deck and the latches for it, so I could make it work if I had to. I'd have to find. I could probably make another. Make another bracket, and then that would take more strain off the hydraulic lift. Yep, but anyhow. Just wanted to let you guys know I got it working and how to do it. I'd searched all over and could not find it. So anyhow, later guys.